Hi guys, Austin Stout here from Stout Sport Performance, and in today's video we're talking all about rest and recovery. We know in training what we're trying to do is add stress to the system. We're trying to add stress to our body. But we also know the gains in our health and fitness are made when we're able to rest and recover and get adequate rest and recovery from that training stress. Now this isn't just for training, this is also for life. If we're somebody that has a high stress work environment, for example, we also have to be able to get into high quality rest and recovery modes if we're going to be able to tolerate this high stress environment. So if we're thinking about building resiliency to be able to deal with and tolerate high stress, and also to be able to recover from stress in training for better health and fitness, we have to think about how to create good environments for rest and recovery. So in today's video, we're going to work through some techniques that you can do to encourage a state of rest and recovery throughout your body. But in order to do that, we have to talk quickly about the nervous system, how our nervous system functions. So we're going to break down here our nervous system into two different categories. The central nervous system, think brain and spinal cord, and the peripheral nervous system, everything else. Now, we break down our peripheral nervous system, we'll find that we have a somatic and autonomic nervous system. Now, the somatic nervous system, think about all the things that are under your conscious control, muscular action, for example, movement, for example. And if we go to the autonomic nervous system, this is everything that's out of our conscious control. This is nervous system activity that is unconscious. And we tend to fall into two different states when we talk about our autonomic nervous system activity: a sympathetic state and a parasympathetic state. Now, the sympathetic state, this is our on switch. Think about fight or flight. Think about adding stress or dealing with stress within your daily life or within training. This is the state that we tend to be in. The parasympathetic state is going to be the state that we're in when we're in true rest, recovery modes, or we're dealing, for example, with digestion. And one of the problems is, because this isn't under our conscious control, we can end up spending too much time in this sympathetic state, especially if we're people that have high stress lives or if we're people that are dealing with large amounts of training stress. So one of the things that we have to do is try to find ways to get ourselves into this parasympathetic state. And even though we don't have a conscious ability to be able to get ourselves to this state, there's some indirect things that we can do to help us switch the switch off, so to speak, from a sympathetic stress, fight or flight state to a state of true rest and recovery. Now, these are what we call here the 5 P's of parasympathetic nervous system activity. This comes directly from Jill Miller. Feel free to check out her work through her Instagram, buy her book. She does amazing stuff with Tune Up Fitness. It's Jill Miller. And what these 5 P's of parasympathetic activity are going to do for you is help you create an environment for rest, recovery, and quality digestion, get you away from that sympathetic nervous system activity, let you recover so that you can go back and tolerate more of that the next time you go into your training or you go into that high stress work life that you may have. So first, we're going to talk about place. Now, this is very simple. We need to be in a safe place where we feel comfortable enough to fully let go and relax. Now, often this can be encouraged if it's a dark space and a quiet space. So that's going to be step 1 here. Step 2 is going to be thinking about our position. We need to be in a position that helps encourage relaxation. So this could be lying on our back. This could be lying on our back with our feet planted on the ground. If we can elevate our feet and elevate our hips above our heart, this is also going to be something that's going to help encourage this parasympathetic nervous system state. Pace of breath is going to be the biggest one. What we're going to make sure we do is that we breathe through our nose in and out, and then we try to breathe into our stomach. Most importantly, what we're going to do here is exaggerate our exhales. So we're going to have a greater focus on exhaling than inhaling to induce this parasympathetic state. Long exhales and everything through the nose. The fourth is going to be pressure. And there's some overlap here. What we're really talking about with pressure is using myofascial release devices or some sort of self-massage based devices to help encourage this parasympathetic state. Now, what's really interesting is when we talk about doing effective mobilization work, we want to try to create this parasympathetic environment so that we can actually relax and get some more effective work done, and they can kind of work against each other. We can use that myofascial release work and some of this mobility work that we might think of to induce this parasympathetic state of relaxation and recovery. And we'll do more videos on exactly how we can do that later, but pressure then and consistent pressure in certain areas of the body is going to be something that we can use. And the last one here is perspective. Now this is mindset based. If you're familiar with yoga nidra or non-sleep deep rest type activities, this is something that you're familiar with. And all this is thinking about a mindset of relaxation and recovery. It could be as simple as thinking of a few words that help bring you to that state, but this is going to be the last P of the parasympathetic piece. So if we're going to train and we're going to be in high stress environments, we need to find ways to get ourselves into active modes of rest and recovery. These are going to be ways that we can indirectly influence our ability to get away from this sympathetic stress, fight or flight on switch, help flip that switch off, so to speak, and to get in high quality states of parasympathetic rest, recovery, and quality digestion.